All right, welcome. Welcome back to another Ozzy Sunday. Today, I have some deeper things to talk about. I kind of talked about it already with my sister earlier, and I feel a lot better. So the first thing I want to talk about is, like, if you didn't watch last week's episode, I was kind of talking about how. What was I talking about actually? I was talking about how, like, I felt like there was something wrong with me because I kept digging into, like, my personality and just dealing with ADHD, and then it just made me feel like a failure, like something's wrong with me, and all that stuff. And then this week, it was more like, because of those things, I feel, well, just because, like, I don't really feel normal. And there was some other thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I'm trying to jump too far ahead in my own thoughts. The topics today are supposed to be, which I don't know if I'll stick to them, is one, feeling unlovable, and two, I can't remember the second one. Is unlovable and disappointment. Yeah, disappointment. And I had talked about it with my sister about both of those things. And I think a lot of it comes from just, like, upbringing and how I was treated by my parents, all of them. So let's start with disappointment. So as I was growing up, I was kind of in a weird situation because I had technically, like, two families. I had my mom's side and I had my dad's side, and they're divorced. So it was always hard for me. Like, I never really had a life with them together. And so when I was with my mom, I always felt, I don't know, just not like a disappointment to her. I feel like the disappointment part comes more from my dad. And we'll just dig into that. We won't even talk about my mom. Because I lived with my mom until I was 12 or 13. And then I moved in with my dad. And I was so happy because I had brought change to my life because I was going through something with my mom, and I wanted to get out of the house or get away from that life that I was living. And then I got with my dad, and I thought things would get better, and they did. I had more stability. I had more structure, I guess. I don't think structure is the right word, but just, like, more stability. It was like I knew things weren't going to change as much as they did with my mom. And, and I think my dad had his own, like, ideas of what it was going to be like to have his only son living with him. And I wasn't that. I feel like maybe I was a disappointment to him because I wasn't interested in the things that he was interested in, and I didn't want to do the things that he wanted to do. And, I wanted to do, like, play video games and talk about, I think the only thing we really, like, connected with was, like, music. Like, I like listening to music that he likes listening to because there's a lot of oldies and stuff. But it wasn't really, like, him connecting with my kind of music. It was me connecting with his kind of music. Other than that, like, I feel like the disappointment came from me not being the son that he might have pictured in his head. Like, oh, we're gonna do this together, we're all gonna do that together. Like, I can understand that. But I also think it comes from, like, he expected a lot out of me, because my grades were usually really good with my mom, and when I moved with him, they started falling. And like, I would talk about going to the military all the time, and he really wanted that for me because he also went to the military, and like it changed his life, and I think he wanted me to go through it too. And I didn't end up going, and I ended up having a girlfriend, and I ended up changing like everything about myself, and like maybe that disappointed him. There's that, and then there's just like, I just feel like throughout my life I have always disappointed people because they wanted me to do things their way, and I wouldn't do it. So I always felt like no matter what I do, I'm gonna disappoint somebody. And that leads on to like today's like, it's less about what I do, it's more about like failing at trying to do something. And I get stuck, I get paralyzed. Like if I do this thing and I do it wrong, I'm never gonna hear the end of it, or just like, so it just stops me from doing anything. I get paralyzed. I just like don't do anything at all, because if I don't do anything, I can't get told that I failed or that I disappointed somebody, because I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. I didn't mess anything up. And you know, that fear of disappointing people or disappointing my loved ones is strange, because like I still live my life the way I want to live, but I hate to disappoint people. So it's better that I don't do anything at all, or that if I do something that's disappointing, I don't share it. Like I don't share anything about my life with family, and you know, I just keep everything to myself. I don't know, I feel like I went on like a ramble about nothing. I'm gonna keep it going though, because it's real. It's my thoughts. It's pure. My nose feels like it's clogged. Don't worry about that. I got you guys looking at my closet. Oh man, I could turn the camera. Sorry. On my laundry basket. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I have that weird just feeling of like, I don't want to disappoint people. I don't know. I kind of want to restart the video so that I can get my thoughts clearer about how I feel towards this feeling, but I'm gonna just leave it. If it ends up being another 20-minute video, so what? But yeah, just it paralyzes me. Like I don't want to do something wrong. And you know, it's also like part of my faith, like with my relationship with my dad, and like this disappointment that I fear, or like I don't want to disappoint my dad. I also have this fear towards God, that I don't want to disappoint God. I don't want to do something and mess up, and God's like, it's like, well, now it's going to be harder for this to happen. Like he has plans for me and I'm making it harder for him. And I know that's not how it works, but I think it is just because of my relationship with my father, you know, that I put that personification onto God when I shouldn't. And it's in the scriptures too. Like I just need to read the Bible and get to know God more. Like I am reading the Bible. I read it every day. I try to, at least. I think I missed one day this week though. I jump on it whenever I can. But yeah, it's just that, it's something that I deal with, and my sister also dealt with too, like putting traits from our Father on earth to the Father in heaven, and like putting those character traits onto God when that's not who He is. And I just need to recognize that and realize that no matter what, God's not going to give up on me, and He's not going to be ashamed of me. He's always going to be there no matter where I am. If I lay my bed in the depths, He's going to be there with me. So no matter what, obviously, if I screw my life up, He's going to be there, and He's going to help me get out of it, as long as I work towards getting myself out of it. God doesn't give up. When he calls us, He chooses us, and He chooses us for a reason, and He's not just going to let go. We just have to make sure that we keep choosing Him. Even though I may feel like a disappointment, in God's eyes, I'm just His child, and I have to learn and grow and keep going back to Him, and He'll dust me off every time I fall. And that's just really nice and pure, and that's just God's love that we get to see and feel. And I had a crazy encounter or experience today too with God. I was having hope you guys can hear me actually, because I might be covering the mic. I don't know. I'm also speaking into my pillow, sort of, a little bit. I had a weird experience. I was in my own head and getting anxious about life and just feeling like I'm stuck and I'm not going anywhere, and I want things to happen right away. I know God has a plan for me and it's working. He's working on me, and I just felt like a weird anxiety, I can't wait any longer. I need to move. I need to do something. I'm not happy where I'm at. And it was just all that anxiety, and it scared me, and it I was washing dishes, and immediately as I felt that, I felt like I needed to stop what I was doing and pray. So I did. And I said, God, I don't know what's happening. I need your comfort. I need your peace. And I was listening to music while washing the dishes, and the song changed to it's just a different song. It changed to a different song, and it was talking about trust. It was a song about trust and how the people in the song don't trust somebody. And, just hearing the word trust, I immediately started thinking about a proverb in the Bible that starts with trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord thy God, and that He'll put you on the right path, or something like that. I don't really remember which proverb it was. I think it was Proverb 5, 3-6. Something like that. I'll probably put it in the description. But when I thought about it, I immediately looked it up, and that's what I saw was the whole scripture with a quote, and I immediately felt peace. It's I myself am scared of not following and trusting God, and I'm scared that I'll mess up and act on my own and just end up messing with His plans for me. But the quote is literally telling me to trust in the Lord with everything that I have, and I'll be on the right path. I just keep getting in my own way. I keep like trying to accelerate things that I shouldn't accelerate, you know? But yeah, it was a weird experience, having that anxiety and then having that song play and then thinking about the verse that I've never read before. Like, I've never read that, but I've heard it, and that's why I thought about it. And then just what it says, it's exactly what I need to hear. Exactly what I need to do is just trust in God with my heart, soul, and mind. And I'll be on the right path. I'll end up where I'm supposed to be. Just need to trust Him. And then after that, I was like, okay, I know I said I wasn't going to go to the store to buy myself clothes because I wanted to buy more clothes. Just because I wanted to. I've been wanting to buy new clothes because I'm missing a lot of them. I ended up going to the store, and there was a guy outside. I'm not sure if he was homeless or not, but I knew I had to leave the house for something, and I think God wanted me to give that person money. And I noticed him outside the store before I walked in, and he was doing something on his own. I didn't notice what he was wearing or anything, but when I walked out of the store after I had bought what I wanted to get, or so whatever, just the stuff that I bought, I noticed that he was wearing Naruto merch. Like, he was wearing a Hidden Leaf headband, and he had a Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan in his eye as like a eye contact, and it was so cool. But yeah, he was just like, hey, do you mind, like, do you have any cash? And I was like, no, I don't carry cash on me because I don't. And he's like, oh, do you have Cash App? And I was like, yeah, I have Cash App. And he's like, oh, can you send me $20? I don't want to get in trouble. And I didn't really care like what he needed the $20 for. I just felt like I needed to give him the $20. So I hope whatever he does with that money, it is a good thing. And I just shook hands with him. I told him have a good day. And if I didn't leave the house that day, if I didn't leave the house today, I would have never met that person, and I never would have given them $20. So I hope whatever God's purpose of getting me out of the house was to give that guy $20. I hope whatever he's going to do for that guy, I hope it's good, and I'm glad to be a part of that. I've always been, or I've been trying to better my relationship with God, and I always ask Him to use me in whatever way to further His will. And today it felt like the first time He was actually using me for something. And I liked it. I enjoy it. I felt like I did a good thing. Not for myself, but for the Lord. And I would rather spend $20 on Him than $20 on myself. I know I did buy myself something, but my plan was like, okay, I'm gonna hit up this store, and I'm gonna go next door to get more clothes to see what they have. And because I gave that guy $20, I was like, you know what? I think I'm done for today. I came out here, I bought myself some stuff, and I gave that guy $20. I think I'd rather spend $20 on him than $20 on clothes for myself. So I just went home. It was a crazy day, crazy Sunday. Not too bad. But yeah, sorry, I feel like I went like crazy on the disappointment to that, and then yeah, and then now we're jumping to Unloveable, which I don't even really know how to explain. Just the fact that I feel like I can't be loved, I guess. Or I was feeling like that, but like because it happened like towards like probably the Monday after last week's post, um, that just felt like I didn't deserve love. That I just like I don't deserve it. Really, that's it. Just like I may do things, but if someone showed me love because of those things, I wouldn't take it in. I would just brush it off as like, oh, they're just doing that to be nice. And that also has something to do with upbringing, but again, I don't want people to think like I had a terrible life between me and my parents. Yeah, I had my struggles. They weren't that bad. Or whatever. I don't know. I don't like talking about it. But especially after my last relationship, like I know what I did wrong. And I know that it wasn't all my fault. And that it wasn't all her fault. But a lot of the issues came from like both of us feeling like we were unlovable. And if we would have just talked to each other and had better communication, like a lot of our issues would have been alright. But it's when you know somebody was doing their best to try to love you and you just couldn't take it in, you couldn't accept it for what it was, that you just hurt the other person because you're being unlovable. Like you're feeling like you're unlovable, so you're hurting the other person for not accepting their love. And we both did that. But now, like, I feel like if somebody were to show me love in I don't know, hard to explain. I think, because what it stemmed from was like my relationship with God. Like a lot of the stuff I think about is because of stuff in my past and like what I'm going through now with God and our walk with each other and Him trying to work on me. Because there's a lot of stuff I gotta work on. I think I said that last time too. There's just so much I have to work on, and I'm going through my past and digging up wounds and trying to heal them the best I can while keep moving forward in my own life. And it's hard. And like as I keep failing and as I keep struggling with some sins and struggling with motivation to keep going and struggling to see the green on the other side or the light at the end of the tunnel, I just feel like a failure sometimes, and I don't feel like I deserve God's love and God's grace because of how much I fail and how much I struggle. But I know that's not the truth. I know God will always love me even though I fail. As long as I keep getting back up and going to Him and repenting and changing, like making effort to change. And that's what I've always, like, not always, but that's what I am doing. I'm always trying to make an effort to change things that I notice are bad about myself. And that's a lot of the growth that I'm going through right now. Like I can list off a few things. I don't know if I can get all of them off my head. It's just like I have to change the way I love people or the way I show them love, and I have to change the way I treat myself, the way I view myself in the mirror, and also just like treat my body better. I know I'm not fat, but I know I could look a lot better and I could be a lot more confident. I have to change the way I interact with people because I'm very shy and I'm very reserved, and I need to be more extroverted even though I'm severely introverted. There's a lot of things I got to change about myself. And with God, it's going as best as it can, or as best as I can let it. You know. I'm trying my best. I'm gonna keep trying. It's weird to think about, like, what does it mean to deserve love? Or being lovable? It's like I say, I'm unlovable, meaning that nobody could love me. And that's just like my experience. Like, I don't feel like anybody could love me. That most of my interactions are just because of manners and just being nice, but you know, what does it look like to be lovable? I don't know, just something else to think about, I guess. It's like, yeah, I have no idea. Like, I guess babies are lovable. Everybody loves, well, not everybody, but you know what I'm trying to say is, like, you see a baby, mostly in my family, like, everybody's like, oh, how cute, lovely baby, and just everybody wants to love on the baby because it's so cute and lovable. But what does that look like as an adult? I was like, I don't really see that. So maybe it's just like being unlovable is just I don't even know. I don't know what the logical conclusion to that is. Just like not lovable as like a baby is lovable because you're not a baby. But I don't know. Maybe just everybody likes you, which I guess I can experience it. Like I've every time I have a good interaction with somebody, it just seems like they like me, but that doesn't mean that they actually do. And then just it's also like, what is love as well? Just like the one person that I thought really loved me crushed me and tore me to pieces. So yeah, that's a good question, huh? It's a good something to ponder, something to dig into, as I always do. But yeah, I mean, that's all I really had to talk about today. I've just been going through that and checking my emotions, checking my mental state and stuff. I miss having a group, Bible study group, to talk to. And, you know, since my schedule changed at work, I don't have that. So I try to talk to my sister as much as I can, but she has her own stuff, and like she's going through some changes, I guess, in her life. And I just like, I don't like bothering or getting in the way of that stuff. So I don't really have much or like people to talk to about that, because everybody in my life is pretty busy. And it like pushes me into my own thoughts, especially with thoughts about my ex, because she was that person I could go to with everything and talk to her about anything at any time, because you know, we live together and we listen to each other a lot. And I don't have her anymore, so, you know, it's like a weird level of codependence that I had on her. Like, I don't have anybody to talk to anymore. Like, I tried calling my dad, and my dad didn't pick up. I'm not sure what he was doing at that time, but, you know, like, it just feels like I don't have anybody, like, when I need them. Like, I know I have people, I have friends, I have good friends. I love them to death. I love them so much. And then I love my sister, and I know she's there for me, but, like, not all the time. So it just pushes me to think about my ex and how she was pretty much there for me all the time. And then there was something that happened with that. I'm not sure if she watches these videos. Like, I know she knows my YouTube channel exists. I'm not sure, like, if she watches the videos, because I can't see that. I don't think she's subscribed. I don't really know. Because you can private your subscriptions, and, you know, I just can't see it. But I don't know why that mattered. Something happened. Like, I was scrolling on Instagram, and then I'll go, cause like I messaged her like 2 weeks ago, so her icon would be in my messages, and I could see her like her picture. But this, like, I think it was yesterday, really. I had checked my messages, and then I noticed that her icon was gone. Like, her profile picture was just the default. And that just, like, sparked curiosity in my brain. Like, what happened? So I clicked on her account, and I'm not sure if she blocked me or she deleted her account, because I've never, like, really checked on people who have blocked me and what their account looks like. But I don't know. Like, it just sparked, like, questions in my head, and immediately, like, it looks like she deleted her account, but it could also just be that she blocked me. I don't know. I don't have anybody, like, to check, and it's kind of weird. Like, I feel weird to be like, hey, can you check this account to see if they exist? And it being my ex's account, so, you know, the way it looks like she deleted her account, and I'm worried about that, because I worry about her. Like, obviously I still care about her, and yeah, I was just immediately worried, like, oh no, she deleted her account. I hope she's okay, because she, like soft reset her account when we broke up, and if she broke up with her new guy, I hope, you know, or, like, if she broke up with her new guy, that if she deleted her account because of that, because she was already posting him, that I hope she's okay. You know, I hope she's not, because she moved to an entire different state, far away from all of her family, you know, and I'm just like, I hope she's okay. Genuinely. Like, I know I shouldn't, like, think about her that way, and I know I shouldn't care about her that much, but I do. Like, even if we're not together, you know, she was still a really big portion of my life, even though she tore me to pieces and stomped on my heart, and, you know, all that, you know, emotional language. I still care, because at some point she was a good person to me. I should really stop thinking about her that way, and, you know, just really just move on, but it's hard. It's really hard. I don't think I'll ever stop, like, thinking about her in some capacity. especially after like my dreams and stuff and some other stuff and dealing with God. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the other videos, but yeah, it was weird. But genuinely, I hope she's okay. I don't know if I'll ask somebody to check her account for me, because I know like on Instagram, if you block someone, it blocks their alternate accounts or like any other account they may have. And so if she did block me, I couldn't check my like other account to see if she actually did or not. But she didn't have me blocked already, and if she blocked me just recently because of whatever reason, fine, whatever, but it doesn't look like that. And if she did just block me, then okay, whatever, like, that's fine. But I'm just worried that, if she did break up with the new guy, I hope she's okay because of her circumstances. Not like I could do no, never mind. I could do something. I could help, but I shouldn't. Or should I? I don't know. It's so hard. It's so weird to think about, but I really do. Like I said this over and over. I know. I'm sorry. I'm annoying, but I do hope she's okay. I really genuinely care about this person. But let's leave it off on some lighter notes, some better stuff. I think I'm gonna stream the rest of Heavy Rain, unless I motivate myself to record it and make it videos, but I might stream it. I might try to start streaming daily again, whether it be at the end of my shift or before I go in. Really depends. I don't know. It's hard because I do have life like that I want to live. I want to keep going to the gym. I want to keep eating right. I want to keep doing all this other stuff and going to bed on time. But I also want YouTube and streaming to work. So if I must sacrifice a little bit of my health, I may be so inclined to do so for my future. Okay. Alright, I'll take care of myself for sure, but I don't know, I really want streaming to work, and I got a new viewer today. It was pretty cool. Shout out that person. What else? I want to try to upload more than just the Ozzy Sundays. I want maybe like a video in between, like one video, just to get it started, like maybe 2 videos a week. I think that sounds nice. And I really need to try to learn DaVinci Resolve, so that I can actually sit down and edit videos the way I want to edit them, instead of just cutting it up and throwing it into YouTube. So there's a lot of stuff I gotta work on, like not just on myself physically, mentally, and spiritually. I have to work on skills. I want to be good at stuff. I want to be useful in some way. So I really gotta stop doom scrolling all the time and actually get myself to do work and develop skills. It's gonna be hard, but I'm pretty persistent whenever I want to do something. I still haven't given up on YouTube after all these years. I don't think I ever will. When I set my mind to something and I truly want that to achieve something, I keep going. I may not be doing the best. I may not be, optimizing every little bit of it. But I'm still trying. I haven't given up yet. But yeah, keep an eye out. I know this video is 40 minutes long, and I don't know if anybody will make it into the end. If you do make it to the end, leave a comment. Say, like, made it to 40 minutes or something like that. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me. Happy Sunday, Ozzy Sunday. I really appreciate you guys and, listening to me ramble about life and whatever struggles I'm going through spiritually and stuff. I'm on a growth journey, and you guys are here with me. So thank you. All right. I love you guys. God bless.